What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we've got sort of a different video for you guys, and we're going to be talking about the Hellcat versus the Shield Plus. And I'm trying to release this video as early as possible because I had a subscriber, Seabass I believe is his name. He had mentioned that he is looking at these two firearms for his summertime everyday carry. And I'm not too famous or too busy to give a shit, so I figured I would make a video about it and sort of kind of give a tabletop size comparison and talk a little bit about the pros and cons to maybe both, and hopefully give him an idea and anyone else who wants to watch this video an idea on which one they should choose. So before we get any more started in this video, for YouTube purposes, both firearms are clear. Nothing in the magazine, nothing in the chamber. As you can see, both firearms. Can't get shot through the fucking phone anyways. But these are very similar in a lot of ways. And so I feel like compared to the 365, these are probably two of the most popular micros on the market in comparison. So depending on kind of what your brand loyalty lies, like this, the SIG 365, the 43X, etc., are probably the most popular common micro carry options you'll see on the market. And for very good reason. People really enjoy the micros. I want to make a video also touching on this, is sort of these slim micro carry options compared to some of the just standard size firearms, and why these thinner guns might not be for everyone carry wise. So I want to make a video on that eventually, whenever I get around to it, but more on these two specifically. Sort of give you a better size comparison. So tip to butt, the Shield Plus has a slightly longer slide and barrel, as you can see, just literally a smidge. As far as grips go, let's see if I can line it up a little better. Now granted, I couldn't find my flat base plate, so this is with the pinky extension for my Hellcat, but they're pretty much identical in size. Print wise, grip wise, you're gonna be about the same. Now with the flush fit Hellcat mag, if you have the flush base plate on here, granted you are gonna gain a little bit concealability there. So not the hugest of deals, I would say. They conceal very, very similar, but I have to give the edge to the Hellcat. Also, I will mention that the Hellcat is lighter, and you can tell when you're holding them. It's not by much, but the Hellcat is lighter, so it's another thing to consider. Let's go into price. You can find this one. I found mine for 300 bones. You can find them around $300, $400. The Optics Ready model will be a little more. They also have a Performance Center model with ports coming out the side. That will also come with a different sighting setup. This is just painted white, 3 dots. I believe it's not even phosphorus or anything like that, so I don't believe it glows or anything. So these are daytime lights, or sights for sure. You can also get a model with a safety if that's kind of your jam. One thing to point out, this does not have a light rail. So they do make lights that attach to the trigger guard if that's your jam. But if you really want a light on the end of your gun, the Hellcat does have a 1-slot Picatinny. So you're able to mount a Surefire, some O lights, and I believe the Streamlight TLR7 sub, I believe. Yeah, the sub. I don't know if the A fits on this for some reason. I could try it. Maybe later we'll try that. But as far as mag capacity goes, 10 rounds, 11 rounds in there. Flush fitting mags, like I said, this would be flush fit if I had the flush fitting base plate on there. 11 versus 10. They also both have 13 round mags, and then they both have the option to run 15 round mags in their other gun's counterpart. So this one has the equalizer mags, and this one can use its Hellcat Pro mags. But granted, this one also has a little bit of a nod to it because it has the 15 round mags along with the equalizer, but the Hellcat Pro has 17 round mags. So also, if that matters to you that much, you can use the Hellcat Pro mags. Let me see if I have. I think I should. Let me see. I'm trying to think. I do know that I do not have the 13 round mag for the Shield Plus on me. It is somewhere else loaded with bullets, so we do not want anything to do with that. But as you can see, there is the 15 round mag in the Hellcat. I also don't know if I have a 17 round mag out here, granted. So that's pretty cool in my personal opinion. You have a fuck ton of options in that regard with the 15, 17 round mag, and I do want to stress that you can get the little extensions like this, the little sleeves to put on the 15 round mags to make them also fit as well, or just fit your hand a little better. I will say that no matter what mag, even with the 13 round mag in the Shield Plus, this gun does feel very ergonomic. I'm not gonna lie to you. For some reason, I think it's the grip angle mostly for me, but it is very ovalish. It is very, it feels like you're holding an oval, and the bore axis is very high. That doesn't really translate into shooting this, because I will say this gun shoots very soft for its size. This one, however, definitely has a lower bore axis, more of a Glockish style, and granted, it does feel at least more ergonomic in my hand. The grip angle, I like both the grip angles, but this does feel better in the palm of my hand than the ovalishness, as far as that goes. Like I said, sight setups, this comes with a bunch of different sight setups. This comes with always the same. This is the optics ready version. They do come non-optics ready, so that really is up to you whether you want to mount an optic on it. I just went ahead and got the optics ready model just in case I do ever decide to run one. I haven't yet. I haven't fully transitioned to optics on all my carry guns. It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle, but let's go ahead and show the trigger on these puppies, or kitties, I should say. Not a bad trigger. Very long reset, and I think that's where this trigger sort of sucks for me in that regard. I don't really mind the trigger shoe. If you're used to Glocks or most striker fired triggers, this isn't going to bother you that much. Maybe in comparison to some of the Walthers and shit out there, you might find some issues with that, but it's going to show you the Shield Plus trigger. Hard to beat that, and that's where it kills me right there. So I think it is a lighter trigger. Okay, I will say. reset is not as audible and tactile, but it's a lighter trigger, and I personally prefer the trigger shoe. But if you want to watch that reset again, it just shoots your finger out there. The reset is where this trigger shines, and I think that might really help in translating to shooting. I think also the weight of this firearm, I think it's perfect weight for a carry gun. I really do. It's very, very heavy, but not at the same time, if that makes any sense. Probably heavy in regards to a micro, but not heavy in regards to just a handgun in general. Front serrations, if you are a guy who really cares about them front serrations, I'll sometimes be even sitting out here just messing with it, whether I'll be recording a video and it'll be really hot out in my shed, and sometimes racking from the front can be a pain, even in the back. These slide serrations are pretty slick. The fish scales from Smith & Wesson's are pretty slick, and I think that's why on the new Shield X, the new bodyguards and everything, they're going to sort of a different style. These are just a little outdated, so I'll give the nod to the Hellcat in that regard. Let's kind of start talking about the shooting experience, kind of wrap it up. So then we'll kind of highlight the end of the points. Shooting these, in comparison, this one definitely has less felt recoil. There's no doubt about it. This one, I think it's due to the trigger. Like I said, I really do like this sight setup too. I know it's so basic, but for some reason, just the way this 3-dot just looks and sits for me is just really great. I'm consistent without 15 yards. I really, for an iron sight carry gun, I think this is very, very hard to beat. As far as this guy goes, he's a little snappier, I'm not gonna lie, and that's not gonna break you, I don't think, because I think with a little more practice, or just depending on the person, this might shoot better for you, because it is more ergonomic. I will be the first to say this feels better in my hand completely, no matter what mag. Even though I will say that if you have kind of smaller hands like myself, you can almost fit that pinky on that Shield Plus, and especially with the magazine in there, I mean, I can almost get my pinky on there. It's slipping off, of course, but I mean, I can still use my pinky. This one, without this pinky extension, I don't think you're going to be able to do that. So if that matters to you as well, maybe having a little bit of a longer flush grip. I know with the Shield X they completely fixed that, but this is still longer than 365s and Hellcats as far as that goes, the grip length. You're just able to control this one a little bit better, and I think that just makes it easier to shoot. I can't really explain it. I shoot this gun closer to a compact. It shoots extremely well. It really does. I was very impressed taking it out to the range, and every time I do, it puts a smile on my face, because we were shooting clays, I believe, at like 15-ish yards, and trust me, every time you hit a clay with this guy, you put a smile on your face, because it's a little carry gun, and you don't expect great accuracy out of these, but I mean, this thing is really solid when it comes to accuracy, and this thing's very accurate too, just I can't shoot it as well. This didn't take long at all for me to be accurate with this. I'm still learning with this guy. Still a great gun. These guns will eat any ammo you put through them. Just want to point that out there. These guns will eat any ammo you put through them, so you don't ever have to worry about that. But if I could only have one, Now I have the Hellcat Pro, okay, and I love the Hellcat Pro, and I didn't bring it out here really to talk about it at all, because I think it's it's in a different size category. These can be put in the same size category. If I didn't have the Hellcat Pro, and I can only have one, I think I'm gonna go with the Shield. I like the trigger more. I shoot it more accurately, and I've had it less time. So if that tells you anything, the Hellcat is not a bad gun. Like I said, it feels better in my hand and looks better. We all know the aesthetics is the only reason to buy and carry a gun. We all know that, is if it looks good. If it doesn't look good in your pants, why the fuck would you carry it? So aesthetically, the Hellcat beats it in all regards. I'm just kidding. But if I can only have one, I'll choose the Ugly Duckling, the little Shield Plus. I love this gun. It shoots great. My girlfriend shoots this better than she does the Hellcat Pro. I can't really say much between this and that. I don't want to compare this Shield Plus and the Hellcat Pro, but my girlfriend shoots this one better than the Hellcat Pro. She hasn't shot this one yet. She doesn't really want to shoot it because she doesn't like the Hellcat Pro that much. So take that with a grain of salt. That's also from a newer shooter perspective, newer to handguns at least. She doesn't shoot handguns much. She prefers the Shield Plus over this guy's bigger brother counterpart. So hope this video helped. Seabass, hope this video helped you. Anybody watching this, hope to help you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I wanted to sort of mention that I've noticed YouTube it's not putting my videos out there as much as it used to, and I think that's part of the censorship here on YouTube. So definitely wanted to point that out, and please, if you can, like I said, subscribe, comment, share the video. That puts 2A content out to people that may not have ever seen it before. So it really helps grow the community. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take it easy.